The dirt ends here. Is the topic today. I just made a YouTube short. Sharing some signs we saw as a word from the all around. It's difficult to share. We have lived a very intense life. I'm sure everybody has their story. There are some experiences in life that really shakes you from the core of your soul, even for a rational person like me, or someone who has been driven on a very practical path of life. Just a while ago, I have shared that experience when the bell kept ringing during on Easter day. These are not made up stories. So, and there is no intention of a profit based mindset. It is simply a desire from the heart to share something that so beautiful that has happened in your life. And of course, maybe someone out there hearing might feel blessed, feel empowered, and seek for an experience like that, to be able to cope with whatever they're going through in their lives. At this time and age, 2026, today April 17th, so many things are happening. There is a lot of clutter, there is chaotic mindsets. What we went through 10 years back is happening at a very high level now. Like I said, it's very, very difficult to be in a state of mind to share stories like this. It's very vulnerable because these are very, very real stories. Been through a roller coaster ride, and to be able to reflect and remember and share it in such a way that it's not harmful, but you're hoping it's useful. So there's a lot of work going on in the mind, in the heart, as I am experiencing it. Just today, I needed an answer. I feel like I am at a dead end here. I feel like something needs to move. I'm praying, putting up with the heat that's rising up. So, how can I live? in such a way that it's not harmful to myself or anyone else? How can I make the best use of my presence, my life today? So each of the experiences that we've had, so very intense, and we didn't really plan it, or we were just going with the flow, because there was a voice that was talking to us. There were songs that were coming, and at that time it was a test of our faith, and a place, a family that was used to create his story. Even though the world might look at it as suffering, like we were kicked out of the house, we were on the road for 1.5 years in the US. It's not easy managing until the word came that we can come back to India in 2014. True story, these are all very, very, very real. So it touches you. Once you're touched, then it's a relationship. We build. It's a build up. So, like I was sharing the other day, we are exactly where we need to be. There are no mistakes being made. The work continues. We are on this series of the work. I don't have any agenda, I don't have any lesson plans here or a strategy here to lure people into subscribing or whatever that is. It's not the same. It's a very spontaneous feeling of wanting to share. Because I know there are many hearts out there that's hurting. There are many minds that have gone through so many experiences that is leading them to think that they're not capable or they don't have a way out. If you can get a little bit of mental sanity, wouldn't you take it right now? A little comfort to understand yourself, your life, a little bit of space in this crunched up lifestyle. I am planning this, I'm planning that. I'm talking about myself because that's my experience. Each one has to apply it in their lives as it would fit in with their environment, situation, and state of mind. So, this work is just that beautiful that it is tailored for each one in its own way, and just like wearing a dress. Everybody is different, every body is different, right? Everybody's tastes are different. When each person looks within and does the work, then we're not looking out for distractions so much as to be far away from our own life, or or be afraid to look within and be so far away from our own self. It's important because so many times now I think about it, I reflect on it, me getting angry or me having to lose my emotional balance, it was not worth it at all. And then that kind of a pattern that continued, making my life miserable, making personal relationships very, very difficult. The work is still continuing. I'm not in any way, shape, or form claiming to be perfect. Like I said, it's just sharing. It's a love story. Everybody loves a good story. Anyone out there having experiences like this, I would like to hear and share. Because then we're sharing the same space. Really, there is only one spirit that's within its life, and continuing to do the work to excel in human abilities, to manifest behaviors and in relationships, to make it a beautiful story. To basically win the war within. Why not? Right? Why not? When there is chaos and wars and so much trauma everywhere, why not get in touch with this spirit within, that wherever you go, you find solace, you find a way out, you find something opening up, all impossible situations just clearing out. So this one time we were in Napa, we were in our friend's house living in the basement. It was very, very uncomfortable, especially for me as a woman, having a child and a cat and a family, and not having a normal lifestyle. It was part of me was embarrassed. My mind was not integrated, but the spirit that was leading us, guiding us, moving us was very, very strong. So we surrendered as a family and we made it. We're still here. Beautiful stories we have to share. Please listen to my other stories, whether you like it or not, whether you understand it or not. It's helped me. Like I said, this voice comes, talks, and when I hear it, I also feel good. I remember those good times, even though we were having challenges. But that's how he shows that his hand is in your life, isn't it? So that's why I made that short today in YouTube. The dirt ends here. We were in Napa. It was a dead end. We were living in somebody else's house. I was homeschooled. That's another miracle. I was homeschooling my son. He was 6 years old at that time, for first grade. Nothing really lasted too long for it to become a permanent story, but it was like one thing led to the other, and so on and so forth. Our choices, how the situations were. But I look back, everything was meant to be. Depending on how fast our karma is burning out, there's a reason for everything. So my goal and purpose is I'm here, I'm living, so I want to make the best use of it. It is very difficult because your mind tends to fall into what's happening in the world and join that energy of completely draining your intent to live and love. So again, that's a war, isn't it? You keep getting, you pull yourselves up and you get back to a place where you want to live. You want to make the best use of your life. Where is your story at? Where are you at? I was just walking with my son and thinking, what is happening? This is our story. And it was difficult because I have been a woman of independence. Uh, but the personal development, the personal maturity, emotional maturity, and the all round character development of a human being. How far can a human being go to exhibit um, the nature of human kindness, love, keeping the family together, especially for a woman? Not easy, but it does rise up. That good spirit does rise up, make the right decisions, and we get so excited when we see his hand in our life, and then your faith just gets strengthened. How did you do it? How on earth did you even live with a family and a cat with no home and homeless, basically? That's why I'm sharing this story, because we didn't feel we were alone. We were being guided, we were being blessed, we were being watched. Simple things, it would just catch your attention. Just today I was praying and I think something, and the tap in the kitchen, it just plopped down a big what to say, water from the faucet, and it just caught my attention. Why did it happen? So I go check, nothing is there. So it's a very hyper aware space. Your mind is actually perceiving a presence so strong that it gets your attention. Very, very strong. And it can manifest in any way, shape, or form. So we were just walking and we're thinking, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Because it looked like something was going to happen and then it would end. Something would start and then it would end. So the attacks were massive. So you have no idea. Basically, we were used as a battlefield and the war was being played out, but of course we were using our mind and the space to make decisions. So it's not true that something's wrong with us or we're insane. It's not true. That's what that delusion is that we're coming out of. We are completely being saved and healed from that psychic insanity that we think we're carrying. How can such a thing happen? So there are laid out norms in the world, and something different is happening, then we get uncomfortable, because even sharing it becomes embarrassing. People won't believe it, people will mock, people won't help. See, so it could go anywhere. But we were just walking on the road and we find this little garage like thing, and it was a place where it was right by the Pacific Ocean, that house. So the tides would come and go, and we had mud area there, so there was a lot of mud there. And we see this sign on the road that says, "The dirt ends here." Beautiful. We saw it at the perfect time. That's why we took pictures of it, recorded those. What we call darshans. That means we saw. So you seek out, you're seeking out for an answer, and you see something and it soothes your soul because it goes along with what you're tracking in your life. So it's talking to you. God is talking to you. That spirit is giving you a sign for you to see something that, like I said, soothes your soul, some kind of a relief. And you know that presence and flavor so well. Very, very strong it was at that time, and it still is. So then it was a good sign, and thought, okay. So we were waiting to see what happened, and it happened. Little later, friend of ours who we met in the motel, one of the motels. He gave us a house to stay, and we thought, okay, this is it. We're gonna be living here happily ever after in California. But after a week or so, he started to ask for money, and it was a problem. So then we saw this sign, the dirt ends here. And that road, particular road, was a dead end. There was no houses after that road. Real place, true story. And a couple of weeks later, we had to move back to India. So the story that we were playing out in that place and time at that time, that was that. So you accept it, you move on, because you see there's no other way out. That was that. Even though my son's schooling was getting disrupted, no, you don't have any chance to rebel or to run away or to go away from it. No, he makes you stay on that path, because again, like I said, we're creating a story here. And as we went along with all the happenings, it's been quite some time now, 15 years, on that track of these new experiences. Here I am, completely feeling put together, trained, changed, a different kind of mindset that I'm actually liking to be with. A lot of hate and hurt has been washed away. I certainly feel a lot of love. So again, there is a transformation that takes place when you allow an experience to happen in your life that is meaningful and fulfilling to your soul. It's never too late to unwind and come out of that puddle or dirt that we're stuck in. There comes a time when it ends and we start all over again. Anything is possible. Unwanted fears fall away. We're simply living and giving justice to life, making best use of our human nature, simply put. It's a burden carrying that other side, the anger, the hurt, and the offense, very, very heavy. This side is very light and it's symbolic. So nothing that I'm thinking is actually happening. Nothing that I am planning happens. So then even that concept of I am doing falls away. I'm still doing it, but you know what I mean. There is so much modesty and humility that comes about, and that aggressive nature of fighting and being someone in the world or getting something, achieving everything just calms down, and there's a certain kind of peace that comes upon you. Isn't that what we want? If you're one of those souls, be my friend. Like I said, there's no intention here of any profit-minded strategy here. We're simply trying to connect with hearts like ours. And hey, if you've had a story like that, we'll share it, because it's never finished until we share it, isn't it? Please hear other stories too. It's not harmful at all. It will only empower you and encourage you. At least that's how I feel it as. why I said that nothing I plan is happening, because just the other day I thought, okay, I'll stop recording because I started talking a big talk. It was so beautiful. Uh, it was wonderful to be with that voice, and I spoke for more than 45 minutes, saying everything bad that seems to be happening turns out to be good. It can turn into a blessing. We're being saved here, so it will happen. Every kind of afflictions can be turned into a blessing. And I was talking, and after I finished the talk, I realized nothing got recorded because my mic, the little mic I have, it was not connected properly. So I went into a thinking mode, like, wow, what was that? Because you can repeat it, it just flows as you're having the experience. So, like I said, there is no script here. I'm not reading from a written script. The content is very, very spontaneous. That's why it gets done fast. And then there is a lot of space between two events. But I started to laugh. I watched myself. I usually used to get very mad when something like that happens. Oh my God, I lost it. I can't believe that happened. Now you're getting mad and you're getting upset about it. See. So I thought, how weird. Maybe I'm not supposed to be recording any more talks. I don't know. I was just going into some planning. You see. So you never know when what would happen. You just go with the flow. Getting back in the center all the time, not taking things too seriously, and then we apply. So see, I took a short break, not that long ago actually, and then I'm back here because again today I got inspired to share that picture we saw, that dirt ends here. I feel like I'm in that place. I am right now in India. I'm at a dead end. I feel like something new needs to start. You will get that intuitive feeling, it's just stagnating. It rises up, and it does, it's very, very powerful. So anyway, let us continue the work as best as we can. Look out, you seek, and you find, no matter how chaotic it is or how difficult you may think it might be for you to come out of that situation, physically, mentally, or spiritually, it doesn't matter. These are times when we need an anchor to hold on. We need inspiration to be at our best, not give up or not give in to anything that is devaluing us, or even our own, especially from within, the fears and the doubts. We all need to rise up and connect. Like I was talking about, when the mic is not connected, you cannot talk. So connecting the hearts can be very, very strong. You can feel a little more good about yourself. Maybe a road will open up, a new road, a new beginning. Know yourself a little better. So hey, whoever you are, wherever you are, if you've had enough and you're waiting for some hand to come and help you out, and if you're not getting it, maybe it's you. Maybe we have to help ourselves. Find that space, find that path, come out of it, and be okay with it. That's the work. To find our center. radiate that beauty from that balanced state of mind. Emotional well being is something that this time and age everybody is seeking, isn't it? Of all kinds of generations. Let's receive it. The power of love and kindness is very, very strong. One can freely choose to accept it and make good use of it. So for today, that's the story and message. The dirt ends here. So we'll look forward for a new beginning, a new journey. Until then, we hold our space and wait.